And welcome to this broadcast here at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley Baseball Complex. We're here in the bottom of the second inning. The Edinburg Vela Sabercats leading 3-0. Runner on first, and a strike by Aaron Nixon makes the count one, 2 balls and 1 strike on Frankie Zuniga. Runner on first got on base on a walk. The Edinburg Sabercats putting on their offense in the bottom of the first inning, scoring 3 runs off of Aaron Nixon. And there's a bunt. And that makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the first inning, when Ivan Mendoza got on the base on a walk, Nico Rodriguez tried to bunt the runner to second. Didn't work out because he bunted a third strike, and the rule is if you bunt a third strike, you are out. But it was okay because after that there was a single, a walk, and a ball that could possibly been turned into a double play was bobbled, and it did come back. There goes the runner, throw to second, and he's out. Great throw by the catcher for the MCHI Bulldogs, making sure Chris Bernal letting the Vela Sabercats know that he's got a very good arm. So that makes it the first out of the inning. Full count, and he struck him out for out number 2. 2 outs. That is the third strikeout by Aaron Nixon. And now we go to the top of the batting order. Ivan Mendoza. And Mendoza started off in the first inning with a big walk. And there's a pop-up to the right side going foul for strike number 1. Mendoza, a real good leadoff man for the Sabercats, comes into this ball game hitting .329. 23 hits and 70 at-bats. So that makes the count 2 strikes. And Nixon trying to get a quick inning. And he struck him out on a beautiful pitch. 1, 2, 3. So in the bottom of the second inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. And after 2 complete innings of play, the score remains the Vela Sabercats 3 and the MCHI Bulldogs 0.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And welcome back to the UTRGV Baseball Complex, as we are in the second round of the baseball playoffs and a big game here in Edinburg, Texas. We're going to the top of the third inning. The Edinburg Vela Sabercats with a 3-0 lead over the MCHI Bulldog in what was called the Battle of the Pitchers. Nico Rodriguez pitching for the Sabercats is already committed to go to Kansas. I do want to let you know that right now we only have audio, but the video will be coming shortly. On the first pitch, there's a fly out to the right field. It was caught in right field by Soltello for out number 1 on a fly out to the outfielder Soltello for out number 1. And that's one thing in the first, second inning that the Bulldogs are not sitting on a lot of pitches. They are coming out here swinging. Now batting Gibi Mata in the first inning. He got a base hit to get the Bulldogs off to a promising start. They ended up with 2 hits in a row, had runners in first and second, and Gibi Mata on a ground ball to third by Amador, not in time. You got to give Gibi Mata another single on that one. Amador did everything possible that he could do with that, and just to make it a play tells you the kind of talent that Ramsey Amador has at third base. And we know that this is going to be a familiar field for Ramsey Amador, UTRGV. He has already signed and committed to play college baseball with the UTRGV Vaqueros. So now batting Aaron Nixon, the pitcher. He also got a base hit in the first inning. Ball low. The difference in this ball game is that both teams had an opportunity to score in the first inning, and one team executed defensively, which were the SaberCats, and the Bulldogs basically were not able to execute. It was a tough play by the infielder, but was not able to execute, and boy, did it hurt the Bulldogs. Foul ball. In the top of the first inning, the Bulldogs had a rally going with the bases loaded, but you had a ground out to the pitcher, Rodriguez, who went to the catcher and had enough time to throw to first base for a inning-ending double play. And boy, did that bring the momentum to the SaberCats, who were able to score 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Low pitch. Fans on the Edinburg SaberCats side thinking that that was a strike, but the umpire had nothing to do with that. The umpires for today's game were mutually agreed upon by both teams, and they are neutral umpires. They're not local valley umpires. And that's a low pitch. Aaron Nixon trying to do everything he can to get on base. We have a runner on first. Gibi Mata was an infield single. Aaron Nixon, the pitcher, now batting. Nixon got a single in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. Coming in here with a lot of big stats. Coming in here batting .487. Leads the team in hits, 57 hits. There's another foul ball. And that makes the count full to Aaron Nixon. Check out his stats. Aaron Nixon batting .487, has 56 hits in 115 at-bats, and does have 1 home run. A full count, 1 out. Rodriguez. Another foul ball by Nixon. You know, this has to be a tough game for Nixon. Pitchers in the playoff game last week against Eagle Pass, Nixon probably had the best pitching performance in the state. He had 9 innings, and he pitched 9 innings, had 17 strikeouts. And a high school baseball game is 7 innings, so you know that he went into extra innings and did everything he did to help the Bulldogs preserve a 2-1 victory over Eagle Pass. So ground ball to the second baseman, and there's an error, and the runner will come to third, and that's a big break for the Bulldogs on an error by the second baseman, and that puts runners on first and third. Another opportunity for the Bulldogs to start a rally. They had this opportunity in the first inning. with the bases loaded, but it turned into a double play. So now we have Hector Garcia. We have a timeout as Coach Perez is going out to the mound. But Hector Garcia, the cleanup man, first baseman, in the first inning, he drew a walk. Hector Garcia is the man you want up there. He is a junior coming into this game with a .429 batting average. He leads the team in home runs with 7 home runs, 36 RBIs, has scored 42 runs. Cleanup man. Coach Perez is talking to the third base umpire. So with runners on first and third, junior Hector Garcia, first baseman, drew a walk in the first inning. This is a golden opportunity to get on, score some runs for the Bulldogs. You don't want to give your opportunities away, which the Bulldogs, unfortunately, when they had the bases loaded in the first inning, did not get nothing out of it. So now here in the third inning, trying to get back into the ball game. You know you have a good pitcher that can hold down the big SaberCat offense. So it's important for the Bulldogs to try to get on the board. Pitch a little bit down for ball 1. The beginning of the ball game here at UTRGV. Beginning of the ball game, we did have some drizzle, and it looked like it was going to come down, but it stopped. So right now you're looking at perfect weather, no drizzle, temperature about 80 degrees. This is what you call baseball weather. Runner first and third for the Bulldogs. Nico Rodriguez coming into this game with a 10-1, 0.77 earned run average. He is the ace of the pitching staff, and they do have a couple of other pitchers that are pretty good. Nico Rodriguez has already committed to go play baseball with Kansas State. And there's another ball. So that makes it 2 balls on Hector Garcia. Did notice that in the first inning there were some pitches that were very close that Hector Garcia, who has a good eye, he took, and he's doing the same thing here in the third inning. And now it's ball 3. Almost the same identical situation that occurred in the first inning when Hector Garcia drew a walk and loaded the bases. Dangerous man with a lot of power. And he's going to go ahead and get a walk. I don't think, it looked like they were working around him, almost like an unintentional intentional walk. So that loads up the bases on a walk to Hector Garcia. Second walk of the ball game for him. And now that brings up Tristan Cavazos. Tristan Cavazos, with the bases loaded in the first inning, grounded out into a pitcher to catcher to first base, a double play, and it ended the inning. So let's see if Tristan can try to amend for that terrible situation. Ball 1. This is not the same approach that Nico had in the first 2 innings. He was coming down and throwing a lot of strikes. Now he's missing. And Nico, good pitcher, doesn't want to do that with a 3-0 lead. Another ball. Gives him 2 balls and no strike. Bases loaded. Tristan Cavazos comes in here batting .300. I would assume that Tristan's going to have the take sign. And he got a call strike. The fans from the McAllen side didn't seem to agree with the plate umpire on that one. So bases loaded. Tristan Cavazos batting with the bases loaded, trailing 3-0. Foul ball. Those are two pretty good pitches by Nico Rodriguez coming in after he had thrown 5 balls. Was able to get a call strike. Came back with another strike. So we're looking at a bases loaded situation. 1 out, top of the 3rd inning. Big pitch of the game here, even though it's early. The Bulldogs trying to get back into this game. And a foul ball. Barely. A foul tip. Almost a strikeout. That was a pretty good pitch by Nico Rodriguez. It was not his fastball. So it tells you the type of pitcher Nico Rodriguez is. He has very good control. In a situation with the bases loaded, you don't want to really take a risk. But that foul tip did get catcher Pettis on his throwing arm, and they're checking him out. And he's getting a good round of applause, and he should, especially from the Edinburg Vela side, because Jaime Pettis Jr. in the 1st inning drove in 2 runs with a big single to make the score 3-0. Here's the pitch. Little high, but that makes it a full count on Tristan Cavazos. Top of the 3rd, 1 out, full house, all the way around, bases loaded. This is what baseball's all about. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman, turn to second, a double play. The SaberCats do it again. So no runs in this inning for the Bulldogs. So we're going to go after 2.5 innings of play. The score remains Vela SaberCats 3 and the Bulldogs 0.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
And we're back here at UTRGV Baseball Complex, bottom of the 3rd inning. The Vela SaberCats scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st to take a 3-0 lead. Now leading off, pitcher Rigo Rodriguez. It looks like a high foul ball that should stay in the playing field and caught by the 3rd baseman for out number 1. Now up to bat, number 34, the 1st baseman, Eric Martinez. And Martinez got a base hit in the 1st inning. Martinez got a base hit in the 1st inning. Aaron Nixon started rough in that 1st inning, but He had an opportunity to get out of the inning, but lack of execution cost him some big runs. Nice pitch. Now that's what makes Aaron Nixon a real difficult pitcher to hit against, because not only does he have a good fastball in the 90s, he can also throw some pretty nasty off-speed pitches. And there's a base hit to right field. So that makes Eric Martinez 2 for 2 so far. And now batting Ramsey Amador. In the first inning, Ramsey Amador helped to keep the rally going as he got a walk. Ramsey Amador is committed to play baseball for the UTRGV Bronx. Ramsey last week in game 1 hit 2 home runs against Harlingen South to help the SaberCats to an 8-4 victory. Here's the pitch. A little high. Amador leads the SaberCats in almost every offensive category. Came into this ball game hitting almost 500 at a 494. Does have 4 home runs. 1 ball. And that's a fastball that you can tell probably about a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Makes it 1-1 on Amador. Amador also has 38 hits, 35 RBIs, 29 runs scored. And a check swing. That was pretty close. The umpire at first said that Amador was able to hold up. So that makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. And a 2-ball, 1 strike count is totally different on the batter when they have 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Can they turn 2? Throw to first. And Amador did a good job of showing his speed. But the Bulldogs did get an out on that one for out number 2, which makes it out number 2. So we're here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The SaberCats quickly got on the board in the bottom of the 1st with 3 runs. Loaded up the bases, had an opportunity for the Bulldogs to get out of the inning. And then with runners on 2nd and 3rd, Perez Jr., the catcher, came up with a big clutch 2-out hit. Or not, you'd have a 1-0 ball game. You're looking at the SaberCats coming into this game ranked number 1 in the Rio Grande Valley. And there's a fly ball hit to deep right field west and was not able to make the out. A ball that should have been caught for out number 3. And I noticed on that ball, Amador, runner at first, Ramsey shows you what a smart baseball player he is. He was hustling just in case the ball landed in fair ground. He was going to be able to score run number 4. So Esquivel with a new opportunity here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 1 out. Amador on first. Amador has a real good speed. High pitch. Makes it 1 ball, 1 strike. In the 1st inning, Esquivel grounded out to the 3rd baseman for an out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nixon ready. High pop up that's going out of play for strike number 2. You know, so far, if you had to select the player of the game this early, you'd have to give it to Jaime Perez Jr., who drove in 2 runs with a big hit in the bottom of the 1st. Ground ball to 3rd base. Throw to first. And that is out number 3. So in the bottom of the 3rd inning, no score for the SaberCats. So after 3 complete innings of play, it is the Edinburg Vela SaberCats 3, the McAllen Bulldogs 0.
956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Fans, mark the calendar for May the 5th for exciting football action from Mercedes as Real Sports Live presents NFL flag football action in Turf Wars 2019. See the future stars from the area in tournament competition live on Real Sports Live from the Mercedes Tiger Football Stadium May the 5th. Coaches, sign your team up today and be a part of the show for just $75 a team. Sponsored in part by Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito. Register your team today or call 956-536-7185. Turf Wars, NFL flag football from Mercedes. Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83. Right now, check out this 2014 Hyundai Elantra GT. This car is loaded with a leather interior, satellite radio, Bluetooth, and it's yours today for 0 money down and $175 a month. That's right, no money down. Drive away today, just $175 a month. Or feel the power of this 2016 Dodge Challenger. This includes the RT Scat Pack, includes navigation, satellite radio, a reverse camera, an Alpine stereo system. Practically new with just 31,000 miles, powered by a 6.4-liter 392 Hemi engine. This today on the lot at $33,999. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002. Harlingen, Texas.
San Benito's Hog Wild Country Concert and Cook-Off. May 18, 2019, featuring David Liga de los Musicales, the Powell Brothers, Lauren Corzine, Drew and the Dance Hall Dreamers, Bo Garza. It's the best country and Tejano music in South Texas at the San Benito.
And welcome everybody back to another broadcast of Rio Sports Live. Doing a great job of bringing you as many sports events in the high school level and other levels. We are here at UTRGV Basketball Complex. Beautiful facility, beautiful weather. We're going to the top of the 4th inning with the Edinburg Vela SaberCats leading 3-0 in Game 1 of the Best of 3 series versus the MCHI Bulldogs. My name is Mario Reina. Give me a great privilege to be out here enjoying the game, doing the best that I can to provide you with as much information as you need. Back on the mound is Kansas State signee Nico Rodriguez that comes in with a 10-1 record, 0.77 ERA, over 100 strikeouts. Just a fabulous pitcher, has a great career. And a swing and a miss by the first batter for the Bulldogs, which is Chris Bernal. Chris Bernal is 0 for 1. Struck out in the 2nd inning. Waiting on deck is Jacob Garcia. Ground ball through the left side as a base hit for Bernal. Bernal being the catcher, that means that in high school baseball, because he's the catcher, you can have a courtesy runner running for him. So Bernal can go back into the dugout, put his equipment on, and not delay the game. So up to bat is the designated hitter, Jacob Garcia, who struck out in the 2nd inning. And there's a strike. The Bulldog fans didn't like that call. So far in this game, Rodriguez with 3 strikeouts. Throw to first. Runner safe at first, which is the courtesy runner. Garcia came into this ball game hitting .340. He went for a bunt. Runner going to second. And called safe at second. That was a close call at second base. Probably the type of call that in Major League Baseball, more than likely, they might have had a replay on that one just to see what happened. That was a close play. So, courtesy runner safe at second. And now Jacob Garcia in the hole with 2 strikes. And you know Nico Rodriguez loves it when he's up 2 strikes. And this is why. Because he pretty much has you in a very difficult situation. He's either going to challenge you with his real good fastball and put you away, or come in there with a nasty off-speed pitch. So that's why you don't want to get to Nico Rodriguez with a 2-strike count. And now batting, Elijah West, who got on base. And another safe call at third, number 18 for the Bulldogs. 1 ball on the batter, West. This could be a big run for the Bulldogs. High, ball 2. Anything the Bulldogs can do right now off of Nico Rodriguez is really important. You don't want to wait too late into the 5th and 6th innings. This runner at third base with 1 out has to come in. They've had opportunities twice. A big swing and a miss by West. You're talking power to power. The power of pitcher Nico Rodriguez versus the power of Elijah West. The Bulldogs have twice had runners at third base with less than 2 outs and have not been able to score. Big swing and a miss again by Elijah West, and that evens out the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on third base for the Bulldogs. Will this be the inning where they finally score a run on Nico Rodriguez? Rodriguez with a sign. Looks like he's might be throwing an off-speed pitch. And I tell you what, folks, he called an off-speed pitch that I think fooled everyone, not only Elijah West, and maybe not only the umpire, because I tell you what, all the fans on the Edinburg side were not happy with that. So full count. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out. And that is strikeout number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Nico Rodriguez. So now batting Damian Cortez, who also struck out in the 2nd inning. The Bulldogs missing out on golden opportunities. When you talk to baseball coaches, whether it's at the major league level or at the college level, or high school level, anytime you have a runner on third base with less than 2 out, you really need to cash in. And the Bulldogs have had so far 3 opportunities, and they have not been able to cash in. So that's a big key for the game so far. The other key is that twice when the SaberCats have had bases loaded, their defense has been able to execute double plays twice. And the other key to the game is young catcher for the SaberCats, Jaime Perez Jr., the son of the coach, came up with a big 2-out hit to drive in 2 runs to put the SaberCats up 3-0. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rodriguez with a sign. And here's the pitch. Low. Good eye by Damian Cortez. You do want to bring up Noah Verreal, the leadoff man on deck for the Bulldogs, who, although does not have a hit, he has hit the ball twice into outs. So he is a good hitter. Hasn't struck out. It'd be a good opportunity for the Bulldogs to try to get Noah Verreal up to the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Let's see what this future Wildcat will do. And he walked them. He walked them. And that's high school baseball, folks. Damian Cortez was the 9th batter, and you really don't want to walk your 9th batter because you're looking for trouble. So you have a runners at the corner for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 4th inning. The Bulldogs have gotten 4 hits in this game, so it's not like they haven't been able to get hits. So that brings up to the plate Noah Verreal, the left fielder, runners at the corner. Can the Bulldogs get back into the game right now? And there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Grabs it, throws to first, and the defense comes through again for out number 3. So in this inning, no runs for the Bulldogs. So after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Edinburg Vela Sabercats 3, the McAllen Bulldogs 0.
51 Cesar Gonzalez Parkway. Ice cold beverages. Texas Zoo. Food and craft and vendors. Photo booth. Animal farm by CDNJ Bitty Ranch. $5 general admission. Children ages 10 and under free. Details at sanbenitoevents.com.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this audio broadcast from Rio Sports Live. We're here in the bottom of the 4th with the Sabercats from Edinburg Vela leading 3-0 over the McAllen Bulldogs in Game 1 of the Best of 3 series. And I've just been informed that due to technical difficulties, this game will not be broadcast live. So you're going to have to put up with me. I'll do the best that I can, Mario Reina here, to bring you this game the audio way. Nixon on the mound for the Bobcats, and there's a ground ball to Nixon. Easy play for him. He'll throw it to first for a quick, easy out. For out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the Sabercats up 3-0. You know, when the Sabercats had an opportunity, when they had an opportunity to take advantage of the good pitching of Aaron Nixon, they certainly did put up 3 runs in the first inning. And there's a ball 1 high. I'm over here behind the Edinburg Vela dugout and I can hear the pop in that glove in the catcher. You know that Aaron Nixon, a UT commit, University of Texas Longhorn commit, has a great arm. Last week against Eagle Pass, went 9 innings and had 17 strikeouts. Amazing performance. Probably one of the all-time best performances in MCHI pitching. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Aaron Nixon on the mound. Pitching to Isaac Lopez. And a high ball makes it 3 balls and 1 strike on Isaac Lopez. Isaac Lopez coming into this ball game. Isaac Lopez was batting 405. Come in here with 30 hits in 74 opportunities. And a high ball by Aaron Nixon. So he walks Isaac Lopez. So the SaberCats have a runner on first, and now batting Justin Gomez. Gomez is the left fielder. He actually walked in the 2nd inning and then was caught stealing. Let's see what Coach Perez is going to be doing here for trying to see if they can get run number 4, which could be a big run. Justin Gomez at bat, coming into this game batting .364. There's a fastball right down the pipe for strike number 1. On deck is Frankie Zuniga. Justin Gomez coming into this game. He can score, that's for sure. He's got 31 runs scored before this game. 1-1 count. 1 out. That's a strike. Makes it 2 strikes, excuse me. Big keys to this game so far is that the Edinburg Vela defense has been able to execute, and the Bulldog defense was not. And another ball. That makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. The bottom of the 4th inning with the Vela SaberCats up 3 runs. SaberCats do have 3 hits in this game. It's a pop-up. It looks like it's going to be going out of play. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And actually a great catch over there by a fan that catches the ball and did a great job and threw the ball back into the field of play. This facility here where the game is being played, game number 1 in the best of 3 series, a facility, the UTRGV. I know that when I came into the ballpark, it brought back a lot of memories. There's a statue of the legendary coach from Pan American University, Al Ogletree, number 44. And pass, actually that was a wild pitch. The runner advances to second. There was nothing much that Bernal could do on that pitch. He almost was able to get the ball. It really bounced way in front of the plate, and that's a wild pitch by Nixon. So that makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning, the SaberCats up 3-0. Here's the pitch by Nixon. And there's a shot to the outfield. And now what a great catch by the center fielder by the Bulldogs. He actually robbed the hitter, Justin Gomez, of a base hit. What a big play by the Bulldog center fielder, who did an outstanding job on that one. And that was Ethan Whitley with a defensive play of the game so far. What an outstanding catch by Whitley out there. And he pretty much, that if he doesn't make that catch, you could have a triple or maybe an inside the park home run. And for sure, the SaberCats would have scored run number 4. So that's a big out for Aaron Nixon. Now batting Frankie Zuniga. A ball low for ball number 1. 2 outs. Now batting Frankie Zuniga. Batting .250. And pretty much on that pitch, Nixon just blew it by it. No way that Zuniga was going to come around on that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning. Here on the UTRGV campus. And another strike that looked like a curveball by Nixon. That makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. So far, Nixon with 4 strikeouts. Will he get strikeout number 5? Ground ball to the shortstop. And the shortstop was not able to make that play. And you're going to have to give him a base hit on that one because it was a ground ball that was not hit very hard to the shortstop. And even if Gibi Mata would have come up with that ball, it was going to be a very difficult play at first. So you got to give a base hit to Frankie Zuniga. And that puts runners on 1st and 3rd. And that brings Ivan Mendoza to the plate. Mendoza walked in the 1st inning and struck out in the 2nd inning. Mendoza, a good little man coming in here with a batting average of .329. He does have 23 hits and 70 at-bats prior to this game. Will Coach Perez get the runner from 1st to go? And there's a pitch that was close to the top of the strike zone. And now the MCHI fans are giving the home plate umpire a piece of their mind. Well, that makes it ball 1. Runners at the corners. SaberCats up 3-0. And we are having technical difficulties. This game will only be on audio. High ball 2. On deck is pitcher Nico Rodriguez. And I think if you look at the stats for Nico Rodriguez at the plate, I think Nixon has to come after Mendoza. And that's ball 3. Nico Rodriguez on deck, struck out in the 1st inning and had a ground ball to the 3rd baseman in the 3rd inning. Rodriguez coming in here, and it's ball 4. So now we have a bases loaded situation for Nico Rodriguez. Nico Rodriguez has a golden opportunity as a pitcher to perhaps make it very difficult for the Bulldogs. They cannot afford to give up any more runs. Coach Eliseo Pompa. Coach Eliseo Pompa is in the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame. As a player, I do believe, had quite an outstanding career. And he could probably also make it as a coach because he's also had a great career. I recall when Coach Pompa was a coach at Mission, he took that team to a lot of playoffs. And now, over the last couple of years, he's been able to take the Bulldogs to many playoffs. So this is a big time of the game here, especially for the MCHI Bulldogs. They're behind 3-0. They want to stay into the ball game. They cannot afford to give out any runs. And there's a ground ball to the 2nd baseman. And he bobbled the ball, but he was able to get an out at 1st base for out number 3. So no runs for the SaberCats here at the bottom of the 4th inning. And that keeps the game close. Gives the Bulldogs an opportunity. Down 3-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. We'll be right back.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Don't pass up the savings at Mikasa Furniture. Score big at Mikasa Furniture.
7533 Boca Chica Boulevard, Brownsville.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150.
And we're back here at UTRGV in the second round playoff between two very good teams. The Edinburg Vela Sabercats ranked number 1 in the Rio Grande Valley, and the McAllen Bulldogs ranked number 7. Now batting for the Bulldogs, Gabby Mata, to be followed by Aaron Nixon and Hector Garcia. And get this, in the first and third inning, all these three batters got on base. They had bases loaded situations. So these are the three batters that have gone on base on Nico Rodriguez. In the first inning, Gibby Mata got a base hit, and he also got a base hit in the third inning. He is 2 for 2. Good eye by Gibby Mata here in the fifth inning. After Gibby Mata, Aaron Nixon, he got on base with a single and an error. And then Hector Garcia got on 2 walks. So this is a lineup that has gone on the bases for the Bulldogs, but they have not been able to score. And there's a foul ball. Makes a count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On Gibby Mata. Gibby Mata coming in with a .387 batting average. Look out with that nasty curveball that Nico Rodriguez has in his arsenal. One of the best pitchers in the Valley. He'll be pitching for the Kansas State Wildcats next year. High, good eye by Gibby Mata, making Nico Rodriguez work hard. You know, Gibby Mata has to have a lot of confidence at the plate with a 2 for 2 night. Has 2 hits out of the 4 hits that the Bulldogs have so far. And he struck him out. That makes out number 1. That is strikeout number 6 for Nico Rodriguez. Make it strikeout number 7. Now batting the pitcher for the Bulldogs, Aaron Nixon, who is 1 for 2. Got on a base hit, the first, and then also got on base on an error. Aaron Nixon is not only a fantastic pitcher, came into this ball game hitting .487, 56 out of 115 at-bats, 42 runs scored. He does have 1 home run. Foul ball. 1-1. Psychologically, this can be a big inning for both teams because this is the meat of the order for the Bulldogs, who have had success getting on base on Nico Rodriguez. Here's the pitch. High ball 2. Makes the count. 2 balls and 1 strike on Aaron Nixon. Both teams have 4 hits in the ball game. The keys to the game is that the defense for the Edinburg Vela Sabercats have done a wonderful job. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. And a throw to first. Plenty of time for out number 2. Ramsey Amador showing his quickness and also showing off his arm. He should be a great treat here on this same field because he's already committed to UTRGV, who is having a real good season in the WAC conference. So that makes 2 outs. Now batting Hector Garcia, who has walked twice. Hector Garcia coming into this ball game with a fine .429 batting average. He does have 7 home runs. And there's a foul tip. So now Garcia, after 2 walks, is in a real difficult situation because Nico Rodriguez can basically throw whatever he wants. And I think on that pitch, Nico Rodriguez surprised everyone by throwing a fastball that I think half of the Edinburg Vela infielders were already leaving on their way to the dugout, but the umpire said ball. And here comes the pitch. And an off-speed pitch for out number 3. So that was a pretty quick inning with 2 strikeouts by Nico. Make it 8 strikeouts for the game. So on the top of the 5th, no runs. And the score remains Edinburg Vela 3 and the Bulldogs 0.
Maximum 4 people in the Grand Champion is the team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
How to add the VTX1 app to your Roku device. All your favorite shows from VTX1 Channel 1 and exciting games broadcast on Rio Sports Live can be added onto your Roku device by following these simple steps. Step 1. Scroll down to search and push OK on the remote control. Step 2. Type in VTX1 by using the arrow keys to move the cursor around the keyboard and pushing OK to enter the letters. When you're done, choose the VTX1 option on the right-hand side of the screen. Then push OK. Step 3. Choose the Add Channel option on the right-hand side of the screen and wait for the application to load. Congratulations! You have now successfully...
And we're going here to the bottom of the 5th inning on the beautiful facility of UTRGV. Bottom of the 5th inning in this second round playoff game between 2 powerhouse 6A teams in the Rio Grande Valley, with the Vela Sabercats up 3-0. We start off the inning with strike number 1. Leading off is Eric Martinez, who has 2 singles in the ball game. Pitch by Nixon. Make it strike number 2. You know, Nixon is going to try to bring that extra gas here to Eric Martinez, who is 2 for 2, did score a run in that big first inning. A wasted pitch by Nixon. See if he could get Martinez to bite. Martinez coming into this ball game is the third batter. Has a fine batting average. There's a foul ball this way. Martinez came into this ball game hitting .432 and with a 2 for 2 hits. You know, that's going to make it a little bit higher. He does have 6 home runs, and he leads the team in home runs. Powerful young man. Not this time, though. Nixon got the better of him and struck him out for out number 1. You know, the big deal in this game, if you go back to the first inning, the Bulldogs loaded the bases, and a promising inning was ended on a double play. And then the Vela Sabercats did the same thing. And there's a long drive to deep left, the right left fielder by Camps under it. And Amador did a good job of flying out. He kind of barely got under it. He got everybody on their feet. So all it is out number 2 by Amador on a deep fly out. Amador is the best offensive player on the team for the Sabercats. And coming into this at bat, Amador was 0 for 1 as he walked in the first inning, but was able to score a run. Now batting, Mark Esquivel, swing and a miss. Esquivel is 0 for 2. He actually has 2 ground outs to the third baseman. Here's a pitch by Nixon. A foul ball. Ooh, that got the catcher. And I'm telling you guys, I'm Mario Reina. I umpired baseball for 25 years. And most of my games I umpired behind the plate. And I certainly did appreciate the catchers, because they were right in front of me and they took the hard hits. Not easy being a catcher. And even if you have that equipment behind the plate, it doesn't necessarily mean that when you get hit, you don't feel it. Believe me, I got hit a lot, and I feel it. So it's 2 outs, no balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Sabercats leading. Sabercats coming into this inning have only 4 hits. And there's another foul ball. Count remains 2 strikes with 2 outs on Marcus Esquivel. Marcus Esquivel came into this ball game hitting .410. No doubt the Sabercats, you know why they won district, were undefeated. They have a real good offense, and they also have very good pitching. This game, at the beginning, it looked like we're going to have problems with the weather. There was a lot of drizzle, but it has cleaned up. Perfect weather for a baseball game. Unfortunately, and there's another strikeout by Nixon. As Nixon gets his 6th strikeout. So no runs, no hits, no errors. After 5 complete innings of play, the Edinburg Vela Sabercats 3, the McAllen Bulldogs 0.
To your channel lineup. It can be found on the main screen under Home at the bottom of the list. For more information, visit the VTX1 website at vtx1.net/OTT.
At Port Isabel Health Clinic, they care for you like family. Services include pediatrics, geriatric care, and family practice, school sports physicals, daycare physicals, orthopedic care, wellness exams for men and women, Dr. William Torkelson and his staff are here to serve you. Office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. Your health is their priority at the Port Isabel Health Clinic. When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
And we're back here at UTRGV in the Battle of Two Giants. Edinburg Vela Sabercats up 3-0 against the MCHI Bulldogs. Top of the sixth inning. It's getting late. 6 more outs left in the first game of the best of 3. The Bulldogs are down 3-0. Now batting Tristan Cavazos. Cavazos has walked twice. Tristan Cavazos has had a very rough night at the plate, as twice with the bases loaded, he's bounced out into double place. Low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cavazos has had a fine season for the Bulldogs. A very, very young ball club. Only one senior that starts. And there's a swing and a miss. Tristan Cavazos coming into this ball game hitting 300, just a sophomore. And that could have played a factor in this ball game with the jitters in the first inning. A very young Bulldog offense. I mean, we're already in the second round of the playoffs. And when you have 8 young men that are not seniors starting, it can be difficult. The Bulldogs also came in here into this ball game with lots of errors during the season. And that played into this game so far. Good eye. That's a high pitch. That makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Vela Sabercats defense has done a wonderful job, although they actually have 2 errors in this game. Fortunately for the Vela Sabercats, those errors didn't hurt them because they did not come at the wrong time. 3 times in this game, the Bulldogs have had runners on third base with less than 2 outs. And on the 3 occasions, the Bulldogs were not able to score. And when you don't execute on your offense like that, it comes back to hurt you. Here's a pitch. High pop up. It looks like it's probably going to go out of play. So, yes, in that first inning is the only inning that the Sabercats have scored on Aaron Nixon, the big 3 runs. And you can take that 1 run maybe that because of lack of execution. It was a ground ball that could have been turned into a double play. It was going to be hard, but there was an opportunity. It didn't happen, but it allowed a 1 run to score. But more importantly, it gave an extra at-bat to the Sabercats. And here's a pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman. Amador with a big run. Arm. Throw to first for an out. So Tristan goes down. 5-3 for out number 1. So getting back to what I was saying, with 2 outs and runners on second and third in the first inning, catcher Jaime Perez Jr., who, by the way, is the son of the coach, came up with 2 big RBIs. And that, that makes a big difference in the psyche of baseball players when you're behind 3-0 compared to when you're behind 1-0. So there was a ball right there, that pitch. So hats off goes to catcher Jaime Perez Jr., who has to be the offensive player of the game so far for the Vela Sabercats. We got 1 ball, 1 out. Chris Bernal at the bat. Chris Bernal is 1 for 2. He's got 1 of the 4 hits for the Bulldogs. Struck out in the 2nd inning, and in the 4th inning came up with a base hit. As a catcher, he also threw out the only runner. There's a nice shot deep left, but left fielder caps under it. Pretty good swing by Bernal, but a fly out to the left fielder for out number 2. Now batting, Jacob Garcia. And Jacob Garcia has had a tough night at the plate with 2 strikeouts. He has been 2 of the 8 strikeouts that Nico Rodriguez has recorded. Nico coming into this ball game with a fine 10-1 record. Didn't have his best stuff in the first couple of innings, but when he had to make the big pitch, he made the big pitch and got the double plays. Then when he had a runner on third base, he struck out a batter at the plate. So Nico starts off with strike number 1, looking for strikeout number 9 for the night. Batting, sophomore Jacob Garcia. Good eye by Jacob. Makes a count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jacob Garcia, coming into this ball game, was hitting 340. 340. Jacob is just a sophomore. One of the many sophomores on this young Bulldog team that starts. Good eye by Jacob. So right now, it looks like Nico Rodriguez is having problems with his off-speed pitch. So Jacob Garcia should be sitting on a fastball here. And that's what he was. Foul ball. Makes it 2 balls and 2 count. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. 31-6A district champion Edinburg Vela leading 3-0 over the 36A runner-ups, the McAllen Bulldogs. The winner of this series will play against the winner of Edinburg North and Laredo Alexander. Here's the pitch. You know, these 2 teams last year, the Edinburg Vela team went into the 4th round, and they actually lost to San Antonio Churchill. And the Bulldogs went into extra inning of the 3rd game and did not advance to the 4th round, but they had many opportunities. So you're looking at 2 very strong teams from last year. And Nico Rodriguez gets his 9th strikeout as strikeout number 3 for out number 3. So once again in this inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. And after 5.5 innings of play, the Vela Sabercats continue to lead 3-0 with all those 3 runs coming in the 1st inning. We'll be right back.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6. On F Street in Harlingen, it's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli. Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito is right there for you when it comes to supporting your teams, schools, and organizations. A veteran-owned business dedicated to helping out regardless of the team or season. Let Chewy's design your hats or shirts with state-of-the-art embroidery. Let Chewy's design and print your shirts for the next big game. How about custom engraved?
And we're back here at the bottom of the 6th inning. Hope you're enjoying this audio broadcast brought to you by Real Sports Live. And leading off the bottom of the 6th, the offensive hero for the SaberCats, Jaime Perez Jr. Jaime Perez Jr. is 1 for 2. But the big hit came in the bottom of the 1st inning as he got a single to bring in 2 very important runs. There's a pop-up to the right side. I don't think anybody's going to get there. The ball's going to make it into the into the stands for strike number 2. And Jaime Perez Jr., the catcher, coming up clutch in that 1st inning. As of right now, he has to be the MVP on offense. And he struck him out. Good pitch, off-speed pitch. Perez had no idea that was coming. Strikeout number 8 for Nixon. That brings up Isaac Lopez, shortstop, doing a good job at the shortstop position. He has a strikeout and a walk. And, of course, probably so far the MVP of the game will be pitcher Nico Rodriguez, who has done a good job of not allowing the Bulldogs to score. He struggled early on with a lot of base runners, and he has had 3 runners by the MCHI Bulldogs reaching 3rd base with less than 2 outs, and Nico does what a good pitcher does. He bared down and made the right pitch, got 2 double plays out of it, and then he struck out one of the batters with a runner at 3rd with less than 2 outs, and those are the keys of the game. Pitch on that one, you could tell Nixon was wondering where that ball was, as it was ball number 2. There's a strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The score 3-0. Both teams have 4 hits. The Bulldogs have 1 error, and SaberCats have 2. That was close. That was up here. We're sitting right behind the 3rd base dugout. My engineer here is laughing because I'm right in front of him. Sure, buddy. You want that ball to hit me. And there's another strikeout by Nixon for out number 2. And now the left fielder, Justin Gomez. Gomez walked in the 2nd inning and flied out to the center fielder in the 4th inning. Batting for the Bulldogs in the top of the 7th will be Elijah West, Damian Cortez, and the top of the batting order, Noah Verreal. So one of those 2 guys have to get on base, because then Gibi Mata would be up, and he's got 2 hits in the ball game. Foul ball. That makes it 2 strikes. If it wasn't for that 1st inning, this game would have panned out exactly what everybody was saying. You had 2 pitchers, Nico Rodriguez, 10-1, bunch of strikeouts, low earned run average, already committed to Kansas State. And then you'd have Aaron Nixon, who he himself is a good little pitcher. Probably has the best pitching performance of the year in the state of Texas. Last week against Eagle Pass, 9 innings. 9 innings, 17 strikeouts. Amazing performance. Here's the pitch. And another strikeout by Nixon. I got him for... Well, that concludes the bottom of the 6th inning. So after 6 complete innings of play, here in the beautiful facility UTRGV, it is the Vela Sabercats 3, the MCHI Bulldogs 0. We'll be right back.
Buttons, banners, call Chewy's Custom Sports today.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
San Benito's Hog Wild Country Concert and Cook-Off, May 18, 2019, featuring David Liga de los Musicales, the Powell Brothers, Lauren Corzine, Drew and the Dance Hall Dreamers, Bo Garza. It's the best country and Tejano music in South Texas at the San Benito Fairgrounds, 551 Cesar Gonzalez Parkway. Ice cold beverages, Texas Zoo, food and craft and vendors, photo booth, animal farm by CDNJ Bitty Ranch, $5 general admission, children ages 10 and under free. Details at sanbenitoevents.com.
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas-sized cinnamon roll.
And welcome back to this audio presentation by Real Sports Live here in the campus of UTRGV. Beautiful weather, pretty good ball game. The Sabercats from Edinburg Vela, the district champions, leading 3-0 with the MCHI Bulldogs. Leading off here in the top of the 7th, you looking at Elijah West. Elijah got on an error, and then he struck out. First pitch, strike. Nico Rodriguez, 10-1. Earned run average under 1. Has 8 strikeouts. Has given up some hits, has given up some walks, but when he had to make the pitch, he made the pitch. Strike 2. Early on in the first couple of innings, the Bulldogs in the first inning and in the third inning had bases loaded with less than 1 out. And Nico Rodriguez made the pitch. And both times he got the batter to bounce into double plays. And a strikeout by Nico, make it number 9. He's looking pretty tough, and it's not looking good for the Bulldogs to see if they can score a run. Now batting, number 6. Damian Cortez struck out in the second inning, and in the fourth inning, he walked. On deck, Noah Berrial, top of the 7th, 2 outs to go. Swing it, foul ball, strike number 1. In the last couple of games for the Sabercats, when they beat Harlingen South, they actually had relievers in the 7th inning late in the game to help out Nico Rodriguez. But today he's going for he's looking good here, especially lately. You know, that's what happens. If you're facing a very quality pitcher, and they had him on the ropes in the first, second, and third inning, especially the first and the third inning, and you didn't get to him, you're looking for trouble. And another strikeout. That gives them 10. So that's 2 outs. And that's why Coach Javier Perez said there's no need to move to bring in the bullpen, as Nico Rodriguez is finishing strong. He struck out the last 3 batters. And now Noah Verrial up to bat. Noah Verrial is 0 for 3. He hasn't struck out. Grounded out to the third baseman in the first inning. Flied out to the right fielder. And then grounded out to the shortstop. So he's 0 for 3, but he has not struck out. And there's a strike one. And, you know, that's a sign of a good leadoff man when you put the ball in play. Game 2 will be here tomorrow. And I do believe the time will be 1. And there's 2 strikes. So the Bulldogs are 1 strike away from losing game 1. But this is a best 2 out of 3. You got to win 2. Of course, winning the first game puts you in an excellent situation. So we got 2 strikes. Look for the curveball right here. And here's the pitch. And he struck him out. Struck out the 3 batters. Nico Rodriguez, 3-0. Goes to 11-1. MVP of the game, Nico Rodriguez, with a fine pitching performance. The offensive player of the game has to go to catcher Jaime Perez Jr. First inning, 2 runners on base. The Vela Sabercats were up 1-0, and Jaime Perez Jr. came up with a big hit to drive in 2 runs to make the score 3-0. So once again, pretty good little ball game here. Not too many hits. Both teams only managed 4 hits. So after the first game, congratulations goes to the Edinburg Vela Sabercats. Game 1 goes to the Sabercats 3-0. And that puts them up 1-0. We'll see you tomorrow around 1 p.m. Come out to the ball game and enjoy 2 very good teams playing against each other. For Joe Bowling and Rio Sports Live, we'll see you again tomorrow.